Today's video is sponsored by SeatGeek. If you're a wrestling fan looking for access to great seats for any wrestling event near you, then you want to use this app. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek stands as the unrivaled #1 ticketing app in the market today. SeatGeek constantly delivers incredible deals on ticket prices. When you're exploring the app, keep an eye out for the special green dots that mark the best deals. What's even better is that every ticket you purchase is backed by SeatGeek's buyer guarantee, with the option to return your tickets and even swap them before the events. So here's an exclusive for you. If you click the link down below and use the promo code JustAlex, you can get $20 off your first purchase. Yes, $20 off any ticket that you purchase using the promo code JustAlex. This is a sweet deal that you could use literally right now. So don't wait. Click the link, download the app, and join the SeatGeek family today.
You have entered Alex's world, a safe space for wrestling fans like you.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello all, and welcome to Alex's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and this is your WWE WrestlePalooza 2025 preview and predictions. Quite the PLE. First time the WWE will host a show on ESPN. Huge deal. Such a big deal. I knew I could not do it alone. AJ Lee's coming back. I knew I could not do it alone. John Cena, Brock Lesnar in the main event. I knew I could not do it alone. When you have a show of this magnitude, you got to bring in the mega powers, brother. I have a couple of people waiting in the back, and I think you know who they are. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring them to the forefront. Please welcome to the stage, marked by wrestling, the wrestling historian, and of course, the premier reaction channel here in the YouTube space. Say hello to A&B Convos, Wrestling Edition.
And this is A&B Convos, Wrestling Edition. All right, so look, AJ, the way it's going to work is if my wife expires, you and me can... Wait, no, are we live?
Yeah,
what's the hey, what's up, dog? What's up?
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you, we got to do it the right way. Ladies and gentlemen, NXT Homecoming just went off the air, but we got to do a little nostalgia act. My name is Just Alyx, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And that right there, that's marked by wrestling, and he's 10K strong, and you can't teach that. And that right there, that's A and B, and they're 40K strong, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in the room. How you doing? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it's good to have the cast back for quite the show on here. How we doing over there, Mark by Wrestling? How you feeling, my dude?
Oh, yeah, you know, another day gonna give them hell. It's running straight through the dark. This rebel heart. I heard that. I heard the key to a good Macho Man impression is just quoting song lyrics. So, yeah. Thank you, Dan Soder.
Awesome.
All right.
What about you, A&B? How y'all doing over there?
Ladies first.
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Hey, look, let me tell you something right now. I've been holding back, man. How you doing? I'm ready to get down on this WrestlePalooza. I've got some thoughts. I've been saying some things in our lives. I've been saying some things after our lives. Yeah, man. Let's
No, I'd be
peel the
like, you need
Band-Aid
to
off.
hold that
Let's
for the
dig
show.
in. Let's dig in.
Well, I don't want to keep you waiting too long. Let's hit the ground running. Ladies and gentlemen, WrestlePalooza is this Saturday, September 20th, 7 Eastern, which is going to be an hour earlier than usual, which I like. I like that. But
Yeah.
overall thoughts, though. How are we feeling about the show going into it? You know what, Mark Bar Wrestling? Let's get your thoughts. What's your current feelings about the show just a couple of days away from it?
Well, I mean,
Right.
indifferent sounds like a dangerous word to say. But I think I'm just like, WWE's catching a lot of heat right now for a lot of their business decisions, you know? And it just doesn't bother me. Their business decisions don't bother, because business gonna business. And as long as the product they put on is entertaining and logical to a degree, in wrestling at least, and what happens in the ring is good, like I'm good. Full cards on the table, I'm actually not going to be watching it live because family things trump wrestling things. So and it's football season in my house, so Saturdays are a little tricky. But that being said, I'm absolutely going to watch it. And as far as the overall card goes, I am not one bit surprised about the matches that have been booked and the people that have been brought back, because this is your debut on ESPN. So you want to look as big time as possible while still abiding by your little, your template of this sort of 5-match product thing that Hunter does. So I guess it's just like, all right, let's see it. I mean, there's a match or two that if they weren't there at all, I would also not care as much as that they are there. But there's some, because of the effort the talent is putting in, going into this, that I'm like, what is it Leo DiCaprio said in Django Unchained? First it says, now you have my attention, basically is the end of that line. So there's a couple of first you have my interest, now you have my attention. So there's
a lot of things in that movie.
No. Easy there, Easy, brother. No, I don't have that many cookout tickets. Okay, so no, we good. We're good. We'll get them as we get along the card. That there's some I'm like, we're doing some crazy good work right now. This is going to be a fun show. And then some I'll be like, whatever happens, you know. But here we go.
For the hype they gave this show, I agree with you. Like, I am a tad bit underwhelmed, but not too much. AJ Lee adds so much to the show. You have no clue how excited I am to see her back. And I'm pretty sure we'll hear about what A over here has to say about it. Can't wait for that. Brock
It's like Booker T watching Stephanie Vaquer.
Oh my goodness. Look,
yes.
Look, I'm just saying that I get the market value of a Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. I understand, like, you put that on any card, it's gonna draw. For me, it's like John Cena and Brock Lesnar in 2025. Oh, come on. Is this really the main event we want to do? I get it. It's John Cena's final run. He probably requested it, so I'm not going to hate on it. But there are, like, I'm literally going to repeat what Mark by Wrestling just said. There are matches where I'm like, oh, give it to me, please. I can't wait to see it. And then you got those matches, I'm like, I mean, it's not for me, but I get it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not for everybody, but I understand why it's on the card. 5 matches is interesting. I was kind of hoping it would be 6 or 7. Don't know why Dominic Mysterio is not on the card, especially after him winning the Mega AAA Championship. My dude, what's going on there? I was kind of hoping we would see Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. They were on NXT, but not on this show. You know what I mean? It's like, I wanted more for a show that they're hyping up to be the first ever ESPN PLE. This is WrestleMania level. And it's like, well, it feels like just another PLE just on ESPN. But it's all about the delivery. If they over-deliver, then we'll be good. But that's just my perspective. Let's go to A and B here. How you feel about it, eh?
I'm simply going to say this. I think it's a good show. I'm looking at the card. I like the card. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. I think every match is going to hit. My issue, and I mentioned this during our live as well, how how do I say this? Oh, bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
You
Thank you.
had Stephanie Vaquer off of the wrestling roster for I think what 2 months that she was popping in and out, like just kind of backstage stuff, not doing anything.
Mhm.
You finally had her in a match right before WrestlePalooza, which is the right thing to do, to remind people just who, pardon my language, but I'm going to use Booker T, just in who in the hell she is, man.
Mhm.
And that is what is vital. You've got to give people a reason to watch the match other than your namesake. And that's my biggest gripe with this PLE is the fact that you have Brock Lesnar showing up on SmackDown. I'm going to keep it real short and sweet. Yeah, Brock Lesnar showing up on SmackDown talking about where is John Cena? I'm here for John Cena. When we, the fans, everybody knows John Cena ain't showing up on SmackDown no more. So it doesn't make any sense to have him coming here and doing that and then doing whatever he did with R-Truth. And then you jump to Monday Night Raw and you've got John Cena cutting a promo like John Cena does. No Brock Lesnar, not even a hint of a music, like nothing. I do not like these superstars carrying feuds by themselves solely on the mic. It just bothers me. We should have had Brock Lesnar showing up here, even if you don't want to risk injury and have these guys mix it up and have Cena catch another F5, have the music hit, have Brock come out, Adam Pearce comes out, the whole locker room comes, everybody
Don't
comes
let them
out.
get together, whatever.
Just that would have gotten just that much more interest in this otherwise nostalgic match. So if I'm going to say a big critique, that is a swing and a miss 100%. But other than that, I think the matches look good.
About you, B?
I guess I'm not sure what a WrestlePalooza is supposed to feel like. For me, it just feels like a Saturday night main event. Like, I mean, it's not like it feels like a Rumble or anything, you know.
That's
Right.
It just feels like it just feels like a main event. So, you know, we'll watch it, but I'm not like, woo. I was more excited to see NXT Homecoming tonight, which I got all caught up. And then next thing you know, I was like an hour late, and I'm like, darn it! Now I have to wait to see it when we record it.
We will watch it
So
right after we're
that
done
I actually
here.
was more excited to see, but it sounds like I'm going to be disappointed. So maybe I'll calm down on my excitement.
You won't
That's
be
fair.
too disappointed. You won't be too. There are some things to like about it. There is.
Okay.
That's true. Alex is right.
Well, I think there are some things to like about WrestlePalooza too. Like, for instance, let's start off the right way with the Women's World Championship. Iyo Sky taking on Stephanie Vaquer. And we're going to see who will be taking Naomi's belt, keeping it warm before she comes back with her baby to get it back. So, if you guys don't mind, I want to kick things off here because I have a prediction that I think, well, I believe it's something that makes me unique to the group, but y'all might agree with me here. So, going into this match, the odds-on favorite is Iyo Sky, clearly. However, if you've been following the storyline between Asuka and Iyo, there's clearly some issues going on between them. And Asuka told Iyo, you have to win. You have to win that title, or there's going to be issues. And so we're going to have Asuka and Kairi Sane lurking in the background. And so you're thinking, well, that gives Iyo Sky the advantage. We know WWE booking. We've been watching it long enough to know, okay, once you stack the odds against somebody, that means the guy or the woman that has the odds stacked against her, maybe she's going to win. Not trying to overthink it. But the thing is, my pick hasn't been around. Stephanie Vaquer hasn't been around. And A said it for like almost over a month or so. And so that has me worried. I don't know what's been going on with her. Has she been injured? Do they lack creative? That also scares me too. Stephanie has it. 5-tool player. It's just naturally great inside the ring. Naturally likable. Everyone loves her. Devil's Kiss is one of the best moves in WWE right now. Thank you, Booker T. I think right now would be a great time to strap a rocket to her and let her run with the title. Why not? I mean, what, we're going to give the belt back to Iyo Sky and not let her defend it for 3 months? I don't think that's a good idea. I think Stephanie is a fresh talent. She can work with a lot of people on the roster, including Rhea Ripley, and you could create fresh matches with her. It just feels like the right decision. So, odds on favor is Iyo Sky. I'm bucking that. My prediction Stephanie Vaquer. Asuka will try to interfere. She will cost Iyo. They will have a feud. Stephanie goes on to fight Rhea Ripley. Survivor Series, whatever the next PLE is going to be. So that's my big prediction. I'm curious to know what yours is. Let's start with B. B, what's your prediction for this match?
So you got Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah, Stephanie Vaquer.
Stephanie Velcro. Heck yeah, I got Stephanie, dude. Are you kidding me?
Let's go.
First of all, I don't know where they've been, what they were doing with her. I know that the Naomi thing put like a little whirler, like, oh my gosh, Naomi's gone, what to do? You better figure it out. They better not finally bring her to a pay-per-view, PLE, whatever they're calling this, for her not to win. And you got way too much going on with Iyo. She doesn't even need the title right now with all the storyline around her. She's fine. Like you said, strap a rocket to your strongest female star who came in here and just stole the show. I mean,
Preach.
Bianca's a strong female star too, but she's out. Where's she back?
I don't know.
We'll find out.
She's still in.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
no spoilers. We didn't watch NXT. I don't know if she showed up tonight or not.
Well, that's two for Stephanie. What do you think, eh?
I love him some Stephanie. I know you like Iyo, but I know you, bruh.
Come on, man.
I know you, bruh.
Look. Let me break it down to you like this. I'll keep it short and sweet. Like I said, I don't know what was going on with Stephanie, why she's not been wrestling for the last 2 months. I think that was an issue. Now, I'm hoping it was not an injury thing and they were just trying to protect her, something that wasn't too serious, but they still wanted to keep her on television, kind of mixing it up. Clearly, they were on a trajectory with her and Naomi. That was the thing that was about to happen. And because of Lil Jimmy, that has not happened. Okay? Put her on the shelf.
Big Jim.
Big head. Well, I don't know.
Let's be respectful. According to Naomi, that's who she keeps blaming.
Yeah, she can. She can. Whatever it does.
All right.
Big, little, whatever you want to name it. The point is, Jim done did it. So there was clearly a trajectory to have her in this title picture, but I don't think that if she fought Naomi initially that she would have won. Naomi was way too hot, and there was no way that they would have taken the title off of her. Now, jumping forward to where we are now, like I said, I think it was vital to have Stephanie in a match before in the go home show before this PLE. Absolutely vital to show that she's healthy and she's ready to go, and people are reminded of just who she is in that ring. Here you go with Iyo, who is a good champion. I love her in the ring. I love me some Iyo, but I love what's going on right now between her and the Kabuki Warriors. Love it.
It's great.
And this has some legs, and this does not need the title to be involved in it as far as their feud continuing on. I would love for Asuka to be a champion again, and I think she may very well be a champion sometime in the future. But the reality is she doesn't need it right now. What she's doing, I'm all in. So I say, Stephanie Vaquer, go ahead, get your bag, get that gold, get that strap on, do what you got to do, get the shenanigans going on in this match, which I think there will be plenty, so that we finally have a reason for Iyo to get pushed over the edge so that she can get down with the get down. Kyrie's trying to be that calm voice, which I love. But hey, man, it's time for, because I saw a video that Asuka was talking about her and Iyo back in Japan, how they had this hierarchy, and I forget the exact terms that she used, but there's a master and there's a, you know what I mean? So she's like, as Asuka, I was here, I was the master, and she was the Padawan. And there was a level of respect that she needed to understand. And apparently she's feeling disrespected. I want to see that disrespect continue. Stephanie Vaquer for the win.
That's 3 for Stephanie. All right, bring it home. Marked by Wrestling. Are you going with the odds-on favorite, or are you going with Stephanie? Who you got?
Well, it really is about the question you want to ask here. Because Stephanie earned that title opportunity, that title shot 2 months ago.
Right.
She earned it in July, and then didn't wrestle a match, to my knowledge, until yesterday. against Kyrie. Now I know she's been off TV learning English. She had an interview with Chris Van Vliet dropped today that I watched this morning, where she spoke about her journey towards trying to get. But she even joked. She was talking about her friendship with Julia. Like, I know Japanese better than I know English. Just talking about and then he's like, what? So I think I don't think this is a fair criticism because Iyo is the other wrestler we're talking about here. But I think her language barrier might be part of, why she isn't featured so much. But here's the thing is that, like, I love Stephanie. I do. But she didn't even, I'm trying to think too much too fast. Like, if she wins on Saturday, she will have won the NXT North American title, the NXT title, and the WWE women's title all before October.
Mm-hmm.
Won and lost them. Like, that is some Barry Allen levels of booking. Flash through, like I think we need to let her marinate a little bit,
right,
to really appreciate her. And so I started off my little piece here saying it depends on the question you want to ask. So here's the thing. In 2008 or so, CM Punk had just won the world title off of his first cash in, and he was not pushed well. He was middle of the show guy. It was like, here, damn, here's your belt. Like, but we're not going to do anything with you. And there was a massively over angle that didn't have a title at that time, Shawn Michaels and Chris Jericho. And all of a sudden they were like, what would really make this feud over the top? The title. And they took it away from Punk. And we got that ladder match. Ironically, I think it was at No Mercy in 08 between Shawn and Jericho. So when I say it's the question you want to ask is, do you think WWE is the kind of company that will go with their hot new star who they haven't been putting on television? Or an angle that's catching fire and they decide it needs a belt to make it even hotter? And I think there are pros for each one of those arguments. So I don't actually know which one they might be thinking. So I'm going to pick Iyo. And the reason why I'm picking Iyo is I think she will win the title due to interference that is against her consent. I think Asuka and or Kyrie will interfere on her behalf, either due to her protesting or due to her without her knowledge. And Asuka will then reintegrate herself into Iyo's good graces. Like, look what we did for you. We're your real friends, all this other stuff. Because my other concern, and I guess the answer could be right in front of me, Asuka and Kyrie and stuff, is that if Stephanie wins, who does she feud with? Like what healthy main event level heels are there for her to feud with? Because you do not want to feud her with Rhea unless you want to ruin Stephanie's babyface pops right now. You want to keep everybody you want to get over as far away from Rhea as possible on opposite sides of the ring, except for Iyo, of all people, who actually they just have this really weird, amazing chemistry together that everybody loves everybody now. But I just don't know who you send after Stephanie off the top of my head right now with that. And this is not me, dumping on Stephanie. I absolutely think she'll get there, and she may even get there Saturday. And she could get there by WrestleMania or something. But, there's still, I see somebody saying we got to build new stars. Well, they're not building Stephanie. NXT built Stephanie. They're not. The main roster hasn't done anything to build her. Like, she won a battle royal, and that's it. Like, at Evolution, which was everybody, not the main event, not just the main roster. That was NXT, that was Raw and SmackDown. And I'm glad she won. She should have won. But that 2-month time off only to it's not Naomi's fault. That's just an unfortunate set of, converging circumstances. Right.
Right.
But her not being around during this time, it feels really weird. Yeah, JJ, Iyo gets her title back because she's freaking awesome. We're not talking about blue pants here. Like, put some respect on Io's name. And it's not Io's fault that she was booked like Stephanie and just not on TV either. Like,
Right.
book your champion better, whoever it is, because both of these women have not been getting let's just say this, Iyo when she was champion, not booked super well. And Stephanie, when she's a contender, she's supposed to be chasing, not on TV either, except for Monday. So I mean, listen, they're going to do what they're going to do. And I'm more concerned with what happens on Monday rather than what happens on Saturday. Make your choice and follow up well. But right now, I think there's more plans in place to continue a story with Iyo than with Stephanie. And it's fun to be an outlier every once in a while. I'm looking forward to this match. I'm going to go Iyo.
Safe bet. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's move right along, ladies and gentlemen. Tag team match. We got the Usos, Jay and Jimmy reunited to take on the Brons. Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. Let's talk about it. You know what? Hey, I'm going to start off with you. What we feeling about this match? Where's your head at when it comes to Usos and the Brons?
Yeah. Look, let me talk to you.
Uh-oh.
Okay, let me talk to you. I love and I hate all at the same time what they're doing. Look what they're doing to my boy Jay. They're massacring my boy. No, man, they're putting Jay in a very interesting position, and it is the position that I really did not expect him to be in right now. This is a position that I actually would have loved to have seen him in when he was in a whole thing with Gunther. I'm like, where has this Jay been all my life? I know what they're flirting with what they used to do with him, but not fully. The crowd is still all in on Jay, even though the crowd is still all in on LA Knight. This is a very interesting dynamic. You've got the Usos getting into it. You better check your tone there, Us. I mean, these two dudes, you keep bringing up Roman Reigns. I don't see no Ula fall around his neck. I'm all like, okay, hold up. What are we doing right now?
Right.
And just when you think it is over, like we done call the truce, like we call the receipts, bam, BFT, bam, spear. Like the bottom line here is LA Knight is going to get involved in this matchup in some way, shape, or form, and it's going to be glorious.
Love it.
And because of that, as much as I hate to say it, Rollins Angels for the win.
Rollins Angels?
That's what I call them. I'm going to continue to call them that. Rollins Angels for the win.
Do you agree that Rollins Angels are going to pick up the win here?
Well, wait a minute. Are you saying that Seth and Bron and Bronson are in a faction together? I haven't seen them together. Are you sure? When's the last time you seen the three of them together?
What I'm basically saying is that this feud with the Usos, and then it's got legs.
Here's what I'm saying. I think that Jimmy and Jay are going to come out, ribs wrapped up, shoulder wrapped up, whatever. Both of them not 100% because Jimmy decided to get into that match after Jay forbid it, and they're going to lose. And then Jay is going to be like, if you would have kept your nose out and been 100%, we wouldn't have been in this situation, and it's going to cause more division. So I agree.
That's how it's got to be.
It is. That's two for the Bronze or Rollins Angels. Love it. What do you think?
I love it. The Bronze.
The Bronze.
What about you, Marked by Wrestling? How you feel about this match?
Yeah. So again, first you have my curiosity. Now you have my attention. I love that they have discovered that Jay is capable of doing more than eating. And that he's, dipping back into that and really wrestling internally with the thing that got him all banged up, which was constantly being there for his friends that were not his family. And so now he's trying to do right by that. And now his people around him are like, why are you being such a jerk, Jay? Like, you know, like, so it's like he can't win, you know, with people. And I think that is absolutely playing out super well. And so Jay is like the interim manager, you know, at the office, who,
Hilarious.
you know, he's the Dwight of the bloodline a little bit right now.
Yeah.
Like trying to like put the big boy pants on, when we all know his pants are a little too baggy, and so I think I'm calling Vision for the win as well, because I think Jay is going to try to pull rank on Jimmy during the match, and it's not going to go well for him, and it's going to cost them the match. I don't think LA Knight gets involved. I think LA Knight I think he was definitely like, this is an eye for an eye, son. Like you hit me, I'm hitting you back, and now we're square. But of course, you know, Jay's not going to leave that. I mean, Jay's not going to leave that getting punked out. But Jay's got no reason to bring LA Knight into this situation, and I don't think LA Knight is motivated of his own initiative to get involved in this at any point right now. So I don't think he will be. But I mean, hey, any LA Knight on my TV is happy time for me, because I'm a big LA Knight fan. But whatever. Like, so, but yeah, I think I won't call it a heel turn. I think Jay is very much I think they're taking Jay into some shades of gray territory. And because I don't think
50 Shades of Gray.
Easy.
Well,
Easy.
I mean, it depends on what kind of match it is. Is it no DQ? Is it no holds barred? Or is it, you know? No, I'm sorry. They're not in the 2300 arena, so they're not going to be stapling each other's junk together.
Right.
That's those are your 50 Shades matches there.
Right.
Nevertheless, I think Jay's pride comes before the fall, and I'm very, again, show me what happens on Monday too, because like I want to see what comes after this, because and there's another reason I'll say later on too, that I think the Vision got to win this match. So
okay,
give me the Vision.
I'm gonna just keep it short and sweet. The Bron should have won at SummerSlam. They didn't. Bronson Reed should have won at Clash in Paris. He didn't. They need to win here. It's already set up for the Usos to lose. It's already put in there where Jay can take the loss. He can use that as a way to develop his character, which, by the way, I'm loving. I'm loving that they're going back to his bloodline roots, which made him interesting. And it's making people invest in him again and keeping his character fresh. And whatever they do with Yeet versus going forward, you know, that's going to be a feud. I'm actually more invested in that than I am what they're doing here. So the Brons can take this win. The Vision looks strong. And just like Mr. Mark My Wrestling said, I have a prediction that's affecting this match. So we're giving the Brons a win here because a future match is going in a different direction.
Right.
And send the Vision after the tag belts at this point.
Right.
Why not?
That
like, yeah. But anyway, get past the Usos first, and then,
What tag team division? For real.
Send them to SmackDown instead. Have them go through all.
And I want to ask a quick question, because I said this on Raw, if I'm not mistaken, or SmackDown. I don't remember when I said it. We haven't had a draft, as far as I know, an official draft. I don't necessarily think we're going to have a draft. But we have a soft move, right? Jimmy is officially on the other brand now. Am I wrong? Am I correct on that?
That is correct. He quietly
he's not just
over.
moonlighting. He is quietly moved over to the red brand.
Yeah.
Solo lost the U.S. title. Jimmy moved to Raw, and Jacob must have gotten snapped by Thanos, because we haven't even seen him since Tammy won the U.S. title.
Don't get me started.
Sorry, that's not for this show. I'm just dropping.
I guess they really
dropping mics in here.
Yeah,
people just disappearing.
A heel
trying to get in where he fits in.
Can fight Sammy for that title.
Hurt my heart.
Because it will hurt everybody's heart.
Yes, hurt my heart so good.
You put that evil on us, Ricky Bobby.
I don't want it. I'm just saying that's good TV.
B is checked into her inner soap opera. That is good stuff right there.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's keep that soap opera energy going, ladies and gentlemen.
Go after Cody.
WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes is taking on Drew McIntyre. Now, I said in the first match that I had a controversial opinion. I have another one. And I would like to open up this match with this. And I already know you three are going to disagree with me. And that is okay. But I love this idea. Follow me. So, everyone, odds-on favorite, Cody Rhodes is expected to win this match, right? But hold on. So, Drew McIntyre quietly has been doing some great work ever since he took out Cody Rhodes. That boot through the table, great spot. The stuff with Randy Orton, loving that. Got a big victory over Randy Orton, by the way. And I think WWE is quietly in the background setting him up for something big. Drew has been doing some great work. And I've been waiting for them to reward him somehow, some way. What would happen? Follow me here. If we're having this match, we see Randy Orton come out, who has been somewhat over the last few months showing his heel tendencies behind closed doors. If you go back to the King of the Ring match, Randy Orton's been healing up for a while. And he hasn't been winning. Y'all noticed that, right? He hasn't won a lot of matches. And he lost his match against Drew McIntyre. What would happen if Randy Orton kind of fell back to his darker instincts and in this match tried to interfere and it cost Cody Rhodes the world title? You can do that, set up a feud between those two. Or you can just shock the world and have Drew McIntyre do the unspeakable and pin Cody Rhodes 1, 2, 3. Now imagine that. Imagine that happening. I think this is where it happens. I think we're going to get a massive swerve here. I see them putting the belt on Drew McIntyre. It can be short term, put the belt right back on Cody. I would love it if they gave Drew McIntyre a run with that championship. It's not going to hurt Cody to take a loss here. You can do a feud between Cody and Randy Orton in the interim and have Drew fight. Jacob fought too. Where the hell has he been? Poof. Oh, there he is fighting Drew McIntyre. Imagine that feud. There are so many things you could do with Drew. I would love to see them give Drew a short run with that title and mix things up. Because one of the things about SmackDown that I feel has been an issue is that there isn't much, what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't have a lot of spice to it. It's very standard, very dry. I don't know. It's been missing something. A championship win here for Drew would mix things up. Like, what? And then you're like, oh my God, what's going to happen next? So I would love if they shocked the world here and gave the belt to Drew McIntyre. So that's my prediction. I'm going with that. Let's see if I'm probably wrong. I think I'm probably wrong on that, but I don't know. Remember what I said at SummerSlam about Seth Rollins interfering? And y'all was like, I don't know, Alex. You don't know about that.
True.
I'm just saying. Seth Rollins, remember at WrestleMania? I said Paul Heyman was going to help Seth Rollins. I was like, I don't know, Alex.
Hey, I agreed with that. I thought that too.
You actually did agree with that on B. But like, hey, I'm just saying, I got that feeling. Like they might pull the wall over us on this one, but I could be wrong.
Before you go on, I gotta ask. I want to be clear on this. I thought the title was not on the line. Is this a title match?
This is a title match.
This is a non-title
match.
This is a title match.
This is a title match.
Yeah.
Why would they fight without the title being on the line?
I thought it's a non-title match. I thought they were just fighting.
Well, I don't know what the point of a non-title match is.
That ain't Cody's style.
Like,
I mean, they've done it. I don't know.
Cody's the one
They
who laid
just do
down
it.
the challenge.
they only did it to Truth.
All right.
So
Okay.
These are two white men. These are two white men fighting, AJ.
Right. Get it right.
All right. Then I need to go last. I need to think about
okay.
this.
We'll let A sit on it. I'm gonna go over here with Mark by Wrestling. Go ahead and tell me I'm wrong. Who's your prediction?
No, I didn't tell you you're wrong. You're wrong. I like
I know.
I like your angle there. I mean, first of all, isn't it wild? This is pretty much the same story as the women's title match, but with dudes. Like,
yeah,
Cody missed time over a baby. Drew hasn't been on TV. Cody hasn't been on TV. Like, this is like, I mean, listen, my gut reaction, I do want to say a couple of things here. My gut reaction is this is the ESPN debut. I don't care what you guys think about, not you, but the greater you of the IWC, what you guys think about Cody. He is QB1. He is the new Cena. He is the face of the company. Ain't no freaking way you're debuting on ESPN and not having Cody go over and still be champ at the end of that show. I do not believe it. Now, that being said, knowing in my heart how sure I am about that, I hate that Drew is the one getting this match, because I want Drew to be the next guy who is champion for a little while, because Drew has gotten, he's one of the most underrated main roster performers in this day and age, who has just some of the worst luck. I mean, let's go back 5 years ago to the Royal Rumble when Brock was one-shotting everybody in the Royal Rumble, which by the way, top 5 Rumble booking, by the way, Rumble stories of the 2020 Royal Rumble. One of the best Royal Rumble matches of all time. And Drew being the one to slay the beast in that, and then all of a sudden a virus hits the entire world, and his crowning moment happens in the PC, like with no fans in it. And then like, it just sucks for Drew. And then Drew gets his WrestleMania moment, and he gets cashed in on by CM Punk, who can't actually fight him for months. And then he has the feud of the year with Punk, but loses because Punk's coming back, and we're all very excited that Punk came back. And, well, you know, so to speak, conventionally speaking, we're excited about it. Maybe not all of us were, but nevertheless, Drew keeps taking L after L, but it's in situations where it kind of makes sense for him to take the L. And I hate that he keeps getting put in a position to take the L. He's kind of a heel LA Knight almost. Like, come on, just pull the trigger on the man. Like, do something, send him up, and give him what he deserves, which is crazy to say since Drew's already a WWE champion. But like, I just don't think it happens here. I'm hoping, since this was booked so fast, and because, and I'm going to say something similar about Cena and Lesnar, that because it was booked so fast and there's not really any kind of story being told to book it other than I kicked you and then you came back a month later and kicked me, or whatever, that's enough for a title match, tells me that they're not done with each other. Right. And so if they're not going to be done with each other, I think given the PR circumstances of this show, Cody takes the first one. But maybe there's something in it. I don't know. Maybe there's something in the way that it happens. I don't know. But nevertheless, I don't think we're done with those two. But I think Cody takes this one. I feel pretty content about that. But yes, please, I just hope they don't forget about him. I'm singing Breakfast Club in my mind. Just don't forget about me. Like, I'm just don't forget about Drew.
Before I let B go next, I just want to put this in your cup.
That's you.
Drew McIntyre is one of three or four wrestlers to have a pinfall victory over Cody Rhodes. Just want to put that out there. Since he's been back in WWE and 2022, only 4 people have beaten him.
And it would be a great thing to bring up on TV, don't you think? To build for this match.
They never brought that up.
That's a great stat, Alyx. Thank you.
Yeah, but B, with that in mind, B, what do you feel about this match? Who you got winning?
So here's the thing. If it wasn't for my predictions on a future match, I would be like, yes, let's do this. Let's give it to Drew. He needs a better moment than the ones that he's had, as already stated. And he would be a great heel to have a run as, a champion that, he's a good heel. And Cody is still filming. He won't be done filming Street Fighter, I believe, until the end of the month. So he could be gone for a few weeks anyway. Just let him have it for a few weeks for all I care.
Yeah.
However, do I think they're going to have so many titles change on one show? So then that leads me to say that I'm not really sure. I'm leaning more towards they're not going to do that many title changes. But what I would like to see with this match is like a double count out. Like, they get so crazy.
Okay.
They go fighting and they're both counted out. And so they have to fight again. It's because they're both counted out, so that both of them still look strong and we're not done.
Okay.
So you're calling no contest?
No contest.
I'm going to call no contest because otherwise I'm not sure,
Can I
know it's contest.
Can I interject for a second on that, B, real quick?
Mm-hmm.
If it pleases the court, because I'm marking down everybody's,
Yes.
everybody's predictions. If B gets that right, I want to give her 2 points for that.
Wow.
Okay.
Is everybody cool with that?
Okay.
Yeah, but
That's a heck of a prediction.
here's the thing, though. If it's not a no contest, then she doesn't
she
get
gets
any points.
zero.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
she doesn't get zero. Yeah, she gets nothing. If there's a winner, even if it's by DQ or count out, then that's it. But if it's a no contest, then I'm giving her 2 points.
Wow, B.
2 points.
All in with it. I love it.
All in.
Or all out. Anyways, A.
All out.
Here's the thing. AEW
This is the
out
match
way.
I'm looking forward to the least, to be honest with you.
Shit. Okay.
I am not at all happy that they put the belt back on this man. This goes back to my John Cena thing. I'm not gonna go on my John Cena rant right now. I'm gonna save a little bit of that rant for later on for this predictions show. I do not like the fact that they put it back on this man, but everybody here has made some good points, and I understand what you're saying, Mark by Wrestling, in regards to Cody's the man and the face of the company, yada yada blah blah. I get it. They're all in on Cody. They're all chips in on Cody Rhodes. I get it. Doesn't mean I have to like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like champions being champions and not being here on a consistent basis to defend said championship. I don't like the idea of people being brands and their brands are taking precedence over them being wrestlers. I understand that you have to eventually transition out of this. And if you have the opportunity to go into other stuff like Hollywood, then God bless you. You've got to take the opportunities when you can get them, because they're not going to come every day. And these are big opportunities. We just finished watching Happy Gilmore 2. We saw Becky Lynch in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she had a small role, but she did a nice job.
Yeah.
You know, I appreciated that.
MJF
nice
did a good job.
MJF
too.
as well did a fine job in it. Had no problem with it. So I get it. You know, I totally get it. I just don't like the idea that what they're doing outside of the ring is affecting what they're doing inside the ring and affecting the stories that are going on inside of the ring. So with that said, I absolutely feel like Drew McIntyre should be the man to go over and finally get that win in front of a crowd that he was robbed of. Like Mark by Wrestling said, you know, he was robbed of that opportunity. Yeah, he won it in front of an empty arena. And I watched that match again the other day. It was cringe.
Yeah.
To just, it was rough, man.
Some pandemic shows do not hit well at all now.
It's like watching a sitcom without the laugh track. It's really uncomfortable.
It's awkward. It is awkward, man. And I understand Thunderdome had its issues, but it was better than nothing. At least they gave us something. So he deserves that, man. And he absolutely does. He's doing some great work right now. I don't know how this is going to play into with Orton, because I also said Orton didn't come back not to be a champion one more time. But he's doing great work right now. He's kind of leaning a little bit towards that old school Viper, legend killer, punt kicker kind of guy. I'm liking it. But like Mark by Wrestling said, this is ESPN. This is the inaugural show. And then Cody Rhodes is the face of this company right now, whether he's here on a consistent basis or not. He's the face of the company. Do I see them doing the inaugural show and having this be Drew McIntyre's night? I don't. I would love, and I think just Alyx is right. I think it should be him. I just don't see it happening. I think they're going to play it safe, and that bums me out. And I'm going for Cody Rhodes. And not because I want to.
Right.
I just think they're going the safe route.
Nothing wrong going the safe route.
I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy.
I'm going to go turn on my porch light, but I can still hear you guys. I'm like 10 feet away, so I'll just be right back. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good, man. That's cool.
Yeah, I don't like it at all, but it is what it is.
But it's okay that you're a little bummed out by that, because it's time to get happy. We know what match is next. And my friend, it just feels right to let you go first on this. So I'm going to introduce it, and then you take the wheels. So ladies and gentlemen, what is clearly the top selling match of WrestlePalooza? Who is the better husband? Is it Punk? Is it Rollins? We'll have to find out. Mixed tag match, CM Punk and the returning AJ Lee taking on the greatest female wrestler of all time. It's not just her saying it. It's Sports Illustrated. It's other people saying it. Becky Lynch and your WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Seth freaking Rollins. Ladies and gentlemen, here's A. How we feeling about this match? Who you got winning?
Man, 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years.
Crazy.
Do you understand? Do you understand? And here's what's crazy. Here's what's crazy, dog. CM Punk takes a 10-year hiatus. He comes back. Now, we've seen him, okay? Every time we've seen him, he was on Fox doing his thing over there. Then he was on AEW. Every time I see him, he gets a little grayer, okay? Just a little grayer. He's in the best shape, I think, now than he's ever been. You know what I mean? But AJ Lee comes back, and I'm just like, what fountain of youth have you been sipping from the last 10 years? And how is it that you came back and the washboards are tighter than they were 10 years ago? Explain that math. Okay. So AJ Lee's looking good, and she has not missed a step on the mic, and she has matured, and you can see, you can tell, you can sense the maturity in her. But the fact that she got on the microphone again after a 10-year hiatus and has knocked it out of the park every single time she's picked up a mic, mixing it up like she did with Becky Lynch. I'm like, okay, she's getting physical. She just took a bump and sold it like nobody's business. And the award for best bump goes to, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, man, AJ Lee is all in. But this promo that ran a little long from my taste, quite honestly, but this promo that I saw between the power couples was very telling. It was very interesting. They did the ruse, them meeting Rollins and Lynch, and they got the better of Punk and AJ Lee, which I loved. But what I also thought was interesting is they mentioned AJ Lee's neck, stack of dimes. And you can tell AJ's appearance kind of changed a little bit. She was a little concerned. The same with CM Punk. I didn't expect that. I didn't anticipate a whole neck thing going on right now coming into this match. And I like it. And when she took that bump, you could hear her. It was a visible, like I was like, oh my gosh, she was holding the neck. And I'm like, okay. This is where we're going with this right now. Interesting. The right call for this win should be AJ Lee and CM Punk. Becky Lynch and Rollins can take the L and they can move on. They got the better of them on this show. So therefore, Punk and Lee need to get the better of them on this show. That's just how it needs to go. And they can still do a tit for tat thing, because I don't like the idea of Rollins and Lynch winning and Punk and Lee kind of still chasing after them.
Right.
It feels right, and it feels more natural to have Lee and Punk get this win, getting under the skin of the champions, and then we can get a title match down the line, you know, their respective title matches. So my pick for this, quite simply, I think it's going to be a good match. I think they're going to play up the neck thing quite a bit. I think this is one of those matches where we're going to give our predictions, and during this match, we're going to be questioning those predictions, and that makes a fun match for me. CM Punk, AJ Lee for the win.
How we feeling, B?
Ditto.
Wow.
Ditto. I think you covered it all. I can't really think of anything else there is to say. But yeah, you didn't bring AJ Lee back to come to his defense to avenge him to lose. I just don't. I mean, well, they could. They do that to all kinds of people, but no, I think I got them for the win.
And they will. All right, they will. And the reality is this, and I'll say this real quick. Multi-year contract has been signed by AJ Lee. Now, I don't know, maybe you know, Alyx, I don't know what that looks like exactly. Okay, we had John Cena in his retirement tour. He had X amount of dates, and that meant a lot of stuff. That meant appearances, that meant in-ring, that meant a lot of different things.
Right.
I don't know what multi-year means. I don't know how many appearances she's supposed to have in a year. I don't know if an appearance is an appearance, as in multi-year contract. You appear like you did, you cut a promo. That's an appearance. Or we're talking actual matches. Are we talking actual title matches? I don't know what we're talking about here. So it's hard for me, a little difficult to fully predict and see the future in something that I don't know. Like even with Nikki Bella, I don't know what we're doing with you. I don't know what the end goal is. I don't know what your contract states that you're here to do. Are you just here to get over other talent? You're 10 years off, just like with Edge, and I've said this before, and we kind of disagreed on this. You're older, but you're not 10 years wrestling older. There's a difference. You know, your body hasn't been taking bumps for 10 years. You're a little fresher. So it's going to be a little easier in some respects for you to take these bumps and do what you got to do. But I don't know what the end all be all goal here is. And I don't know what the end all be all multi-year thing looks like. So that's something that's kind of hard for me to predict. I'm not changing my predictions, but do you follow what I'm saying? That it makes it a little
It's a good thing I didn't have a comment because he took my time anyway.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, but I think that makes it more exciting because I don't know what's going to happen. In terms of the multi-year thing, yes, it is official, and she is full-time. This isn't like she takes a break after 3 months. No, she is here, as in every week. So with that being said, I mean, you brought her back. It's been 10 years. She can take a bump, and she can sell very well. People are concerned that, yes, she's great on the microphone, and she's always been known to be that chick. She was out promoting men when she was full-time 10 years ago. She was that personality. Every time she's on screen, she steals the show. Remember, like she was in a program with Daniel Bryan, and CM Punk. She became the focal point. Think about that for a minute. CM Punk and Bryan Danielson, and she was the focal point.
Mhm.
That's who we're dealing with. This woman is the real deal. Everything she's involved in, she elevates. She's a character worker. And so if you're expecting Kurt Angle or Kenny Omega or Will Ospreay, 5-star Dave Meltzer Classic, I got news for you. That's not what AJ is, and she's not going to be that. She doesn't need to be that. She's a storyteller. And I think that is what we're going to get out of her in terms of inside the ring. I am a bit concerned. It's been 10 years. She might have some ring rust, and that's okay. So that might play a factor into the match, but she might surprise us. Trish Stratus can still go in there after all this time, and how old is she? Just saying.
Right.
So the right decision here has to be AJ Lee and CM Punk, because why would you not do AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for the IC title? Like, are you kidding me? Like, that's a WrestleMania match, by the way. Don't know why we're not going to do that, but also it's right there. So clearly you have AJ Lee pin Becky Lynch. You set up her as an opponent for Becky Lynch at a Survivor Series or whatever pay-per-view, wherever they're going next. I think it's Perth, right? In October.
Yeah.
You can do that for Perth, or you can do it at Survivor Series. You could hold this thing off all the way until WrestleMania. You can try. I wouldn't do that because there's so much for AJ Lee to do. But I'm of the opinion that you gotta do AJ and Becky right now. Do not do this long-term thing where you go away from it and then bring it back, like we're seeing with them doing in so many ways. It's just not my cup of tea. Look at the New Day. The New Day had all of this heat after that awesome storyline they had with Big E. They turned on him. Where did it go? Nowhere. And you already know, like, sometime in the future, they're going to bring it back and act like storytelling, long-term storytelling. No, you just stop telling the story and then you just started doing it again. That's not long-term. Right? And so I don't want them to do that with AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. No, it's hot right now. Keep it going. If you can get it to WrestleMania, get it to WrestleMania. If you can't, do something else. So my pick is AJ Lee and CM Punk. We got to get CM Punk and Seth Rollins one more time as well. That's got to be a Hell in a Cell match, by the way. You know that's got to be a Hell in a Cell.
Right.
So there's so many things that this could lead to, but it's got to be a victory for CM Punk and AJ Lee for that to go somewhere. I got nothing else to add that A didn't already say. It's good to have her back after 10 years. She is connecting with the audience almost immediately. Your friend, what's her name? Minerva? I forgot her name. She was a reactor.
Mini Portable.
Yeah. Thank you. She got retweeted by AJ Lee, by the way. Did y'all see
Yeah.
it on Twitter?
Oh,
Yeah, her
no, that's
reaction video to her
awesome.
return. Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
Yeah,
That's cute.
and it's
Oh, that's
currently, and I
awesome.
just looked at it. It's currently
Did
over
you
2
put your
million
reaction
views.
on Twitter?
Did you
Wow.
get your reaction on Twitter?
Oh
Hey.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I hope she retweets it. I hope she retweets
Oh,
it
yeah.
and sees it.
Yeah.
But yeah, your
Go ahead
friend
and
got
I don't know if I added her. Yeah,
Oh, he might faint if she did that. I don't know.
I might.
might
That
wanna
put
take
with
care
her
of that.
standing right over your shoulder.
No, but like, but I say that because like her energy, AJ's energy has really elevated not just the women's division, but the entire show. Like she's one of those
Yeah.
wrestlers. And
Mhm.
I think you gotta keep that momentum going. So AJ Lee, CM Punk win, and it's off to the races with Becky Lynch and AJ. Take us home, Marked by Wrestling. Who you got winning?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, short version is it's Punk and AJ all day. Winning this match, and yeah, I mean, I could do the the sort of outsider looking in. You don't bring AJ back to lose her first match, all that kind of stuff. But I'm trying to think deeper into this, and like Seth. First of all, there's a few things I want to say now that we're on this topic. Seth and Becky deserve all the freaking flowers for the weight they're carrying in this feud. And I'm not trying to act like it's my turn to educate the chat or anything like that. But there's something but here's something I do want to point out, because I have not had a lot of opportunities to point it out on streams lately, is that there was a time and it's almost become the norm now. So some of y'all might not even been around when this thing's first started happening. I started noticing it like when the NWO was really big during the Monday Night Wars, that heels were afraid to look stupid.
Right.
And when a heel is afraid to look stupid, it makes your baby face look mid.
Absolutely.
And toothless and impotent. I'm sorry to use that word, but really, but really, it is lacking all power. And that night that AJ came back and Seth was in the crowd and Becky was in the ring, their facial expressions, to the way that Becky sold for it, to the way that Seth tripped over himself trying to get over the barricade, he looks so goofy. They look like two villains from like a Home Alone movie or something.
Right.
Like they're not afraid to be made the fool of while they're being the villain. And that does so much for the feud. And for even emotionally, unconsciously for the crowd, makes them love the heroes even more, because you're getting your comeuppance. And wrestling is theater. You have to be really grandiose like that when you have 30,000 people, when you have 17,000 people in a building for a SmackDown, and not 900. You have to over dramatize so the people in the nosebleeds can actually see. That's an old theater trick in drama. That's why Broadway shows and all that stuff are so theatrical, and why movies can be really subtle and restrained, because the camera's right up in your face. But when you're performing on a stage for a large crowd, you have to overdo it. And that might be a little hokey, but you know what? It works. And they are at least co-headlining this show on ESPN. And they are not, and listen, all the respect in the world for CM Punk, all the respect in the world for Seth Rollins. I was in a dip in my fandom when AJ was at her peak, so I don't possess the same affection for her that everyone does. I don't think she's bad. I didn't explode when she came back, but I will tell you what I did.
Steady.
Yeah, well, listen, man, I don't have. Never mind. I will say this. I thought one of the most beautiful things I've seen this year was seeing Punk's reaction to watching AJ get her flowers when she came out. And that moved me. And I was like, because if anybody on that roster knows how it feels to realize that you are remembered and you are not forgotten after a big absence. I mean, your spouse being the one who experienced that himself and then gets to see it for you, just all the pride welling up in his face, that was real, and that was so good. Now all that being said, and everything that Sports Illustrated says about Becky Lynch, so all this I'm trying to say, in the eyes of ESPN, those 4 excellent competitors are not John Cena and Brock Lesnar. I said in the eyes of ESPN, okay? So this is what I'm trying to say. I'm coming all the way around and giving them a compliment. It's a testament to their performance on the show and how much they can actually draw energy and create energy from the crowd that they have. I know this is Cody's word, but they have become undeniable to earn a spot at the top of that card. John Cena and Brock Lesnar has a terrible build because they don't have to have a good build. And I mean, they should have a good build, but they don't have to have a good build. Those are 2 different things. And I know we're not on that match yet, and I know that's probably everybody's like least favorite match to talk about anyways. But I'm saying all that to say, like, they have done so much good work, all 4 of them, to earn the right on the card, the place on the card where they are. And underneath it all, in the storytelling, Punk wants that belt back. AJ snatched Becky's belt on the first night. So you can't tell me she's not going for that belt. And if they lose this match, they have no claim to challenging for the title.
Yeah.
So they need a visible pinfall on one of them to then come back the next week and say, we've beaten you once. Now we want that gold sucker, Hulk Hogan. We coming for, you know the rest. So I think that's where we're going. And as I was listening to everybody else's, statements on this match, Alyx, I wish I could remember exactly what you said, but it was something you said that inspired me. Oh, I think it's like getting them to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I think you to have AJ, but I do this on my channel and it makes people roll their eyes, but these are my fantasy booking glasses.
Let's go. Bring it on.
I love it.
Go ahead and have AJ take that belt off Becky at Perth.
Wow. Already.
And then Becky can go after Stephanie Vaquer, because I didn't know what heel she could feud with, right? I was the one who asked the question. Well, a titleless Becky Lynch is your apex. Sorry, this is Randy Orton language. Your apex predator of heeldom on Raw. She's the best. I argue she's the best heel on the roster right now.
Yeah.
And so set her up against Stephanie. She could win. She could lose. You could have Seth and Becky both being world champions at the same time. And, you could have AJ freak accident or whatever, lose the title and win the Royal Rumble, or whatever. But you could actually get AJ and Becky. Sorry, just that.
I saw what you did there. Nice.
Yeah, I didn't do it on purpose. That's why I stuttered. You could get A and B for the world title at WrestleMania, and not the Intercontinental title. But anyway, et cetera. But so I at the end of the day, I'm just saying it all. Yeah, and it's and just again, Dossie's pointing it out. It's not just me saying it. Sports Illustrated says it. ESPN says it. That's my favorite new quote, and you can't convince me that she's not maybe taking a subtle dig at the president when she does it, which is not the reason it makes me laugh, although it makes me laugh more when she does that. But like her, Seth and Punk's Seth and Becky's like contest of one-upping each other, trying to have each other's back during that promo on Monday, cracked me up to no end when the crowd's chanting like, no one likes you. And it's just like, I like her. Like, what are you talking about? Like, just constantly caping for each other and stuff in public was just, I don't know. I love it. It's so simple and so dumb, but like heels are afraid to be that way now and they're not. And I love it. And I just think it's great. Yeah. So yeah, Punk and AJ, easiest pick for me of the night.
Gotta be.
Yeah. A and B at WrestleMania. I like the sound of that.
For the title. ESPN saying it.
The main event is the match that we all know is coming up. And I just want to say, before we get to the main event, it's funny that this one match made an entire promotion say, no, we're not going to compete with you face to face. We're going to move our show 4 hours earlier to get away from you taking over the headlines and stopping people from caring about us. Just had to say that. Just to let you know how powerful this match is.
They went all out already, all out to another time of day.
Oh, Lord, we can talk about it if you want, but John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, big time match. You can say what you want about it happening in 2025, a match that we got in 2003. We got in 2014. Jesus Christ, how many matches have they had? 2012? Too many. Anyways, you know what? Do me a favor, Mark by Wrestling. Go ahead and take the lead here. I'll follow you up, and then we'll end it with A and B, because my thing about this match is I understand the marquee value. I understand how big it is for people who don't watch wrestling. We talk about there's a difference between regular fans like and the hardcores. Like, this is a massive match to people who don't watch wrestling. But like, still, is this a match that is going to be like a match you should go out of your way to see? I'm just curious to know how you feel about this match.
Oh, it's totally kind of like Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Like, it's drawing a lot of eyes, but it for the fans of the science of wrestling, or whatever, are absolutely going to hate that. And there's a lot of reasons people hate it. I don't hate it. Like I said, I'm kind of indifferent about it. And like, because a lot of the criticisms I hear, I honestly think are defendable. Like, I mean, for instance, if you'll allow me, the whole we've seen it before, other than Cody, Cena's entire retirement tour is something we've seen before.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen Punk, we've seen Rollins, we've seen Truth, we've seen Orton, but he's been around for 20 years. Of course he's wrestled all of them. So there's nothing new under the sun. And why WWE wouldn't actually give us the matches that we were all hoping we'd get with people who he hasn't actually wrestled, I don't know. But yeah. If I can quote one of my newer converted broadcasters, wrestler turned broadcasters, Wade Barrett, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. I not only am I picking Brock to win this match, I don't think they're done. I think there's going to be. I think we're getting one more out of them. I'm not saying that because I like it or because that's what I would do. But be honest with me, guys. Where does Brock go? What do you do with Brock at this point? Do you put him in the title? Please keep him away from all the titles. I don't want him in the title picture. Like I think they'll either and they'll either go again in Perth or they'll do something at Survivor Series. I don't think Brock's going to be his last match, but after this, we've only got, I think, 5 dates left from Cena.
Yeah.
Which is insane. And that's what bums me out, is that he's got 5 dates left, and at least one more of them is probably going to be wasted on Brock, because I'm not saying this as a fan. I'm saying this as someone who's trying to think like ESPN investors or something. The colossal magnitude of this matchup is not where you tell the wrestling story in one match. And I think B is onto something with comparing this to a Saturday night's main event. I don't know how much regular sports you guys watch, but I watch a fair amount on ESPN. And when you have a big event, like say like the college football championship, what is normally a 2.5 to 3 hour game with the minutes on the clock gets stretched out to a 4.5 hour show. It's like trying to watch the Super Bowl. The length of a football game is what it is. It's like 3 hours with commercials. But when it's the Super Bowl, it goes all day long. So I think we're going to see a lot of vignettes, a lot of personality profiles, a lot of, here's a video package on Seth Rollins, coolest drip or whatever, like all this kind of stuff that ESPN does to waste time now. And I just want to prepare everybody for that being a possibility. But on the one hand, it's going to be annoying. But on the other hand, you're also going to get video packages. Remember, we talked about like the loss of video packages before matches on old school WWE shows. If it was last Friday or whenever it was, Joe Tessitore, the ESPN voiceover man himself, who works for WWE now, Joe Tessitore, did a Emmy-worthy job on building, and thank God, because Brock and John aren't showing up, on the Brock Cena feud. And it's actually a 2-part video package. They only showed the first part, and they went all the way back to OVW, like through 2012. And it was fantastic. And so that is a little bit of a trade-off that, like, casual fans, or even like when we have these matches where, yes, they wrestled 10 years ago, but honestly, do any of us really remember the story behind why they wrestled 10 years ago, other than Brock showed up and decided to F5 somebody, which is kind of his MO for every feud he's in.
Mhm.
But so anyway, I think there will be some actually good things coming out of the presentation. But yeah, I just there's going to be some things that probably people aren't satisfied with either. And I think one of them is whatever we get from Cena and Brock. I don't think it's the only match we're going to get out of them before Cena hangs it up. So if you're telling me they have to have more than one match, I have Brock win the first one and Cena win the last one. So with me thinking ahead with that, I'm going with Brock.
If you don't mind,
but I don't like it.
Oh, good. Hey, look here. Like, you speaking truth, though. You said a lot of great things that I'm going to pick up on in a second. If you guys don't mind me going next, I can't help but think about if they would have kept John Cena as a heel and they brought back Brock as a babyface, how different this match would feel. Like, that's a totally different dynamic. And I think that could have worked. But that's neither here or there. Who cares? The thing is, my biggest issue when it comes to Cena and Brock, doesn't matter whether it's babyface, heel, whoever is in those alignments. The why is what I'm looking for. This was my biggest issue with Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes in 2023. Why? Why did Brock attack Cody? It's not like he had a championship and we never went back to it, and I hope we don't. But it's one of those things where
then he shook hands with him.
And then he just shook hands with him
after
afterwards. It led to nothing.
Sorry.
No, and so to me, Brock being back is great when there's a reason, when I know the why. When there's a why behind Brock, it's always great TV. I have no idea why, of all people, John Cena is going to waste, and I say waste because no disrespect to the magnitude of this match or these talents. We got John Cena for 5 more dates following WrestlePalooza, and we're using him on Brock Lesnar, of all people. Like, who does that elevate? Who does that make better? Why? I got people on social media saying he was hired by The Rock. You know what? At this point, give me something. Give me some reason for why Brock is here to take on John Cena. We know that's not what's happening.
The Rock's going to get a Golden Globe nomination, y'all. He ain't coming back.
He ain't coming back. That boy's about to win an Oscar.
That smashing machine looks too good. He is done with y'all. And by y'all, I mean us.
Did y'all see the standing ovation he got when the movie premiere? I forgot when that was.
Oh my gosh,
was it 15 minutes?
Yes.
Whatever
it was at Cannes or Venice. I can't believe he didn't do a post show press conference talking about breaking a record for ovation.
Oh man! So once he wins that Golden Globe and Oscar, you forget about it. The only time you'll see him come back is when he's getting paid $100 million in Saudi Arabia. Anyways, that's neither here or there. No, but this match bothers me from the standpoint of, okay, so we can go with what Steven said and have Cena lose, and then unfortunately, if we do that, guess what his final match is going to be? Brock versus Cena again, and Cena will win that match. That's just the way it goes. If Cena loses this match, he's winning the final match against Brock, which is fine. I'm cool with the legend going out on his feet. But I feel like personally it would be better if we did it the other way. Just have Cena beat Brock here, and then Cena loses his final match and puts over a talent like a Bron Breakker, or you name it, a Bronson Reed. I don't care. Insert new talent here that can say, I ended John Cena's career, and then he goes on to be champion. But it's one of those things where, regardless of what you do here, it's going to be seen to me as a waste of time. Because, yes, it's a big marquee match. It's getting people to watch. Oh, my God, it's a big star versus big star. How does it help the roster? Who does this elevate? The answer is nobody. The answer is nobody. And so for me, no offense, I just can't get into it. I haven't been into John Cena's final run since he stopped being a heel. It's not for me. I'm cool with that. that being said, if we're talking about what we do with this going forward, what is the best outcome? Personally speaking, John Cena should just beat Brock here. Have Cena beat Brock and then go on to fight someone else in his final 2 matches. He's going to have a match at Survivor Series and whenever the Saturday Night's main event is happening in Washington. So, yeah. John Cena beats Brock Lesnar. Imagine me saying that in 2025. Imagine me saying that 10 years ago. It wouldn't have happened. I would have been like, whoever it is, just don't let it be Cena. Anyone but Cena. But he beat Logan Paul. Don't see why he can't beat Brock. Brock doesn't need this win. Doubt we're going to see Brock after this feud with Cena after a while. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say except let's just get it over with. That's how I feel about this match. Let's just get it over with. I'm here to see CM Punk, AJ, Becky, and Seth, and everything else. But not to bring the mood down, that's just how I feel. A and B take us home. We'll start it off with, I guess, A.
Yeah, Stella's doing something. I don't know what's going on over there. She's got to regulate.
Yeah, go ahead. What you think about it, A?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Wow, up front.
I don't like it. I don't get. Look, I'll try to be as short as I possibly can. Just bear with me for a minute. As Kendrick said, bear with me for a second. Let me put y'all on game. Okay. I don't know what we're doing with John Cena. I really don't. I don't know. At this point, aside from just there's a part of me that feels like we're rounding out the year on a nostalgia pop with WWE. It's not necessarily a bad thing. They're always been they've loved coming back to the well, the days of old. But I just don't know what the point is. There was a point when he was a heel. There was a point to him getting the belt, even though I didn't like his heel run. I thought it was just mediocre. I thought his wrestling was mediocre. It just there was never a full explanation about him ruining wrestling. We never really got that fleshed out ever.
Right.
And that's really disappointing. Like it just. I've said this before on our live, and it bums me out to have to say it again. But we've all, I think, watched Unreal. And you see Triple H, you see the people in the room, they're sketching it out on the chalkboard. They got the calendar, and you see how far in advance that they are planning shows and working things out. And it just bums me out that this is it's been so just kind of off the cuff. Like I feel like they're just kind of like, whose line is it anyway? Like, I feel like we're just winging it. I feel like this whole John Cena run has just been, I don't know, let's just go out there. Like we watched, we were at NXT. I think the NXT after they did Raw.
New Year's, right? It was like the New Year's Eve.
Yeah. It was the NXT after the Raw debut.
Right.
And we're looking at The Rock. He's talking to Ava Raine. And Ava's like, so what are you going to say? He's like, I'm just going to go out there and just kind of, I don't know. I'm just going to wing it. And that's what he did. He just sort of winged it. He didn't have anything to say because nothing ever came of it. He just said whatever the heck he said. It didn't even mean anything.
Right.
And that's how I feel like this last run has been. I just feel like they're just kind of winging it. Like, we're just going to give you the nostalgia pop for John Cena. And the crowd's eating it up right now. Right. They ate it up when he was a heel. They're really eating it up now. He's back to his Fruity Pebble self. And then you decide to interject Brock Lesnar into the picture. After what, a 2-year hiatus? This dude just pops in out of nowhere for like you said, Alyx, for what? For why? What are we doing? I don't understand. And I feel like, and this is crazy, but there's a part of me that feels like John Cena at this point, John Cena's last opponent would actually be Triple H. Triple H would actually put the boots back on to give us that once in a lifetime nostalgia pop.
Right.
Like he's gonna go out like The Wrestler, that movie, The Wrestler. You know, we're gonna die in the ring. This is how we're gonna go out. Like I just don't know what we're doing. And that as a film guy, as a guy that graduated from this, as a guy like Mark by Wrestling said, there's a difference between stage acting and film acting. And I joke about that all the time whenever we watch The Wizard of Oz, because these were stage performers and they were just very, animated with it wasn't film.
Yeah.
They were stage acting.
Yeah.
I just feel like we're just in it just to be in it, and there's no rhyme or reason for it. There was no rhyme or reason for him to go back to being a face all of a sudden. I would have preferred him being a heel to the end and leaving with that title. I feel like that just gives him a purpose. He doesn't have anything now. I'm just here. And like you said, we have 5 dates left. So I'm at the point now where I'm like, I don't feel like I care like I should. I feel like I'm watching that match with Brock and Goldberg when everybody knew that they were leaving. Like, yeah, we're going to get whatever we're going to get, but it's just like, let's get on with it. And I hate that feeling. I really wish that we didn't have these dates. I really wish that we had some kind of surprise. I just don't like going into his matches, and especially bringing back somebody like a Brock Lesnar, who's a beast, who you decided to have beat the streak for an obvious reason. Like, this is the unmovable, unbeatable mountain.
I thought that was Nia.
the other unbeatable mountain.
Or the immovable objects.
To come in here and just be beat by John Cena. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't like it at all. I really almost don't care who wins this match. But for my money, and I kind of agree with Mark by Wrestling, I can see this going again one more time, because I don't know if there's another person of the stature that can match that's on the heel side of things like a Brock Lesnar. So I can see that happening, and I think that would be cool if they did one more match. So I'm going to say Brock Lesnar is going to win this thing, and they are going to go one more time, and John Cena needs to win it. My thing is, though, and I'll end it with this. We've traditionally seen in the WWE somebody that's doing their last match, especially a Hall of Famer coming in doing their last match. Typically, they lose. They let the person that they're fighting go over. I understand this is John Cena and he's a special case. But this begs the question, whoever is going to get that last match, is John Cena going to do the honors and let that person get over like we typically have seen, or are we really going to let him win his last match ever, supposedly, allegedly, in the WWE? I don't know. But with this last leg of his retirement tour, it's just been a colossal disappointment for me overall. And I almost really don't care.
So it feels like they...
Was that Mark by Wrestling?
Oh, well, first of all, Alyx wanted to confirm who you picked. Did you say?
Oh, no, I got Brock Lesnar for the win.
Okay, cool. What were you going to say, Steven?
Yeah.
I was just going to say, it feels like, at the beginning of the year, they went up to John and they're like, okay, what do you want to do for your retirement tour? And he was just like, call it in the ring.
Yes.
I'm like,
There
it's kind of been what it's been.
Yes.
I could certainly go deeper into it. I think, and for what it's worth, since you asked, AJ, I do think he'll lose his last match, and I think they will put him in there with someone that he wants to make, because usually when it's someone's last match, they do lose, and they do lose to put over someone. There have been situations where we saw it was someone's last match, and we didn't know it was going to be their last match at the time because of injury or whatever, and that kind of stuff we don't know so much about. But we've already seen Cena kind of try to do that before he came back this last time. Like, he tried to put over Theory. He tried to put over Solo Sikoa. And listen, at the time when he did both of those things, like in a vacuum, without the power of knowing what happened afterwards, like, he did his bit,
Yeah, we understood.
Yeah. And so I would love to see him do that for like Gunther, for instance, or somebody.
Dominic Mysterio. Just saying.
Dom, you know what? Even if Dom can this was a fleeting thought about 20 minutes ago, Alyx. And since you said it out loud, I'm going to let this out. Dom would actually be the perfect final opponent because it wouldn't matter if Cena won or lost. Because if Cena won, Dom is the kind of heel who would come out the next day and be like, John Cena was so scared of me that he stepped in the ring with, El Sucio del Sucios and then decided to leave wrestling forever.
Yeah.
Which is like some old school Horseman post-war games type of promos of like, we're totally denying that we lost the match. We're still acting like we're the best because we're the ones here with the microphone. And man, come on. Yeah, I mean, I would love it. I would love it for Dom. Although Dom is getting dangerously close to becoming a babyface and never turning back.
No. So that's why I brought him up because I'm like, he needs like something to say, like I ended John Cena's career to get his
something to
back.
hate, a reason to hate him again. Yeah, for sure.
He's getting too hot now because even
he's
I'm a little worried.
He's gonna have to steal AJ away from CM Punk or something. He's gonna have to do something really bad.
They need to hurry up and get him with Roxanne and get Liv Morgan to chase after him. Do something because it's it's getting to that point now where you hate him so much that you love him. So that's why I brought him up. Okay, B.
That's funny.
Take us home. How are we feeling about this main event?
Darn it, Cena, you can't win.
Wow.
But I want him to win because you know how I feel about Brock. And although I understand what you guys are saying, to have John Cena lose 2 matches in a row as a face after losing as a heel, are you not telling all the kids out there that the only way that you could lose is win is as a bad guy and that good guys don't win? That I don't see that that's the right message.
Didn't he beat Logan Paul?
To
He did beat
send?
Logan Paul.
Oh, in between that, you're right. My bad. I totally forgot about Logan. I guess I couldn't.
Everybody
see
does.
him either.
It's okay.
hard to do.
I kind of love every time somebody forgets it, doesn't pay attention to Logan Paul and Angel gets his wings. It's okay.
Yeah, that's about
That's
right.
so funny.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I think that with the same logic, we're saying that they're not going to have Cody lose because he's the face of the company. This is Cena's last run, and with only 5 matches remaining, I want to believe that Cena is going to win this. But it could be something also like Ron Cena coming out to help, and his interference actually causes Cena to win, to cheer him on or something. He causes Cena to win, which makes Brock be like, you didn't beat me fair and square, you whatever, which could lead to another match. But I just want to go for Cena. I'm not going to fix my mouth to go for Brock, even if he can win. I still like him. I don't want him to win.
Yeah, Brock still got that stank on him, unfortunately. But
Thank you,
can't even keep his pants on.
no, he ripped his
right.
freaking.
I was talking about the split. Nothing else.
I knew what you meant.
I heard that reference, that SpongeBob reference in your live.
Ripped his pants.
Ripped my pants. Yeah, that was just hilarious. Yeah, at the end of the day, for me, what are we talking about with John Cena? What are we talking about? He's got five appearances left. And so out of those 5 appearances, how many matches are we talking about, gentlemen? 2.
Well, probably 3. I mean,
it's Survivor Series happens 3. Yeah.
Well, you got Survivor Series, you got Crown Jewel. There's a chance he wrestles in Australia. Australia, Survivor Series, and Saturday night's main event, and then 2 episodes of Raw.
That's a lot.
But see, and that's the thing that really upsets me about this, and I said at the beginning of the show, I don't like the idea of other wrestlers having to carry on feuds by themselves because your opponent can't show up. He's contractually obligated to give you 5 appearances. And so I'm now going to carry on this feud all by myself week after week after week. And he's just going to show up and he's just going to have a match. I hate that so much because that's not what this is supposed to be. even if you're somebody like they did with Brock and when Paul Heyman was his advocate, and he said, Brock's a special event. He can't show up. Like, they were trying to paint it like that. But at least he popped in. At least you had somebody who was trying to do something. And I get where you had your Paul Heyman guy trying to do something. It's like damage control for me. It's I don't want to see a promo from Cody. I don't want to see a promo from Cena. I don't want to see a promo from Drew. Like, I don't want to just see you guys talking about you beating up somebody.
Right.
I want to see interaction. I want to see something. And even if, John Cena, it's him, the man, is contractually obligated to show up on WWE television, does that include like a promo like we saw at The Rock? Like a video package that could be displayed on the Titantron? Like, give us something,
right?
At least to fill in the blanks. But they can't. And
I feel
just
like
don't
it was a fumble to lock himself in to say 2025 is my last year. Like, instead of limiting himself to the structure of our 12-month calendar, saying instead he could have said WrestleMania 42 will be the end. Because
that would have been nice.
if he had said instead still do the retirement tour is fine, but if you're instead of booking it around this is how many dates I have and this is and I will be done in December, like WWE in December is like movie theaters in September. Like, everything's a stinker. Like, you just got to wait until it picks back up again. Like, he's literally retiring right before things are going to start to get hot again in Royal Rumble season. And so, like, if he had instead like built, and this is not all on him, I'd blame creative on this too. Like, negotiate with him to say, instead of January to September, January to December, can we get you January to the following April or whatever? And we will build feud after feud. That way we don't have to necessarily expect him to be on every Saturday night's main event or expect him to be at certain shows. Instead, we know we're going to get one feud at a time. And we know that WrestleMania is going to be the end of it. So we know that they will build something, because he's not just going to have this kind of lack of build for a match like WrestleMania. But I don't think, we see this in corporations all the time where people who have never worked at the entry level make executive level decisions, and they don't know how things actually operate. They just see numbers on a spreadsheet, and this is the TKO-ification of booking. And I know a lot of people want to hate on Triple H about that, but Triple H has bosses too. And I think, and listen, I think part of the reason why I'm not saying Triple H is a saint either. I hated him when he was an actual wrestler. But I like him more as a booker. But I think any of the stuff that has actually been salvaged is a big thank you to Triple H in part as well, because I think if he had not pushed back on some stuff, we would be sitting in an even worse creative space. And I'm not saying we're in a great one right now, but I think it would be worse. I think he's intervened more than we know. Now, granted, he ain't no Shawn Michaels booking NXT, cooking up grilled cheese sandwiches every week, but we can't all be Shawn Michaels. We can't all be a second boy.
But that's all the more reason why I still feel that he should have remained champion, because if he's got 5 dates left, 3 of those dates are matches.
Yeah.
Then that could have been they could have put a little more emphasis. Like he's in that much more of a panic every time he wrestles to keep this title.
Drama's
like
already
the last
there.
time, exactly. The last time we saw him with the title, there was like a whole kinds of stuff going on, and he slunk out of the ring. He was like, phew. You remember that? And he held the title. He's like, you almost had me, but you didn't. You could have kept that up, and that would have been great. But no.
I've been saying that.
Exactly.
But unfortunately, I gotta give Mark by Wrestling some credit, because I pushed back on this months ago, and he's absolutely right. Fans are not gonna boo Cena. They have just told you up front, we're not gonna boo him. We're not going with the story. We want to love him. It's his last year. So what do? Like, you could keep that story going and keep something at least interesting about his character, or you could just let the fans love him. So,
I will meet you guys halfway so we can prove to the world that, peaceful conversations can still exist in our culture and hostile fandoms. I think truth should have been his salvation.
Yes. Oh, at least there's a story there. Yeah.
Truth could have gotten through to him, and you still could have kept Cena as champ for a little bit longer. Especially knowing now that Cody had movie obligations. And listen, I still am fine that Cody was the one to beat him, because that is the current Cena crowning the new Cena.
Mm-hmm.
And some of y'all came up with Cena as your GOAT, so you think I mean GOAT. I don't mean GOAT, because Cena was never my GOAT and never will be my GOAT. But he is the corporate face of the company, QB1, the guy who does the Make-A-Wishes, the guy who does Good Morning America, all that stuff. And Cody is that dude. He is 100% that dude. And so I absolutely believe Cena should have dropped the title to Cody, but he could have done it later. He could have done it at the end. We could have wrapped it up at a final WrestleMania, although I don't know. Cody walking through the valley of the shadow of death, or multiple WrestleManias, one with Roman, one with Cena. I don't know about all that. But anyway, the booking's getting away from me. I think Cena could have stayed champ, but the crowd needed to. Yeah, they weren't going to boo him. They're going to miss him too much.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we are in the era of the TKOs, where unfortunately what's going to get them the highest bidder is unfortunately doing the corporate moves. That's why they're getting, what is it, $250 million from Saudi Arabia for WrestleMania 43?
Thought it was
all day.
Yeah.
No, it's around there. So
okay, I thought it was more for a second, but no, yeah, you're right.
Listen, I heard 250. If it's more than that, I wouldn't be shocked. But and people were upset about that, and we all know, WWE's a business. Y'all said it. You've spoken about this before, but it is one of those things where, yes, it's all about the money, but it's also about the fans, man. Don't lose your soul. Don't give your soul to The Rock. Literally,
I'm happy.
Right.
I'm happy for the Saudi fans.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine? Like, that was probably something they thought never was going to happen. Like, just your everyday Saudi fans, and like they keep progressing one show after another with what the women are doing out there. And
that's the thing that actually makes me mad too. The Rock lost about 60 pounds of his soul. So
no.
Now we're not going. We ain't never going to get The Rock versus Roman now. Never.
I will say this, and we brought up AEW before, but AEW, and I'm gonna give them something that I think would be great. I don't think they're gonna do it, but they should. Here's a great opportunity for AEW in 2027 to go, okay, WWE sold out. They went to Saudi Arabia, but guess what? We're staying here in America. So to counter program them, this is a great way to counter program them. While they're having their WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, we're gonna have our version of WrestleMania, which is all in here. And they should pick like a big stadium somewhere, whether it's
like
New
Texas.
Orleans, sure, whatever. And that would that would be a great way to fill in where WWE is going to leave a massive hole in, because WrestleMania, that is a great spot to make a lot of money for a lot of businesses. It's not the Super Bowl, but it is the Super Bowl. Does that make sense? And America's not going to get that in 2027. That leaves a big hole to be filled. AEW can take that up.
They should do it in like, I think Philadelphia. That's a good old fashioned American place to have a nice wrestling show. That'd be a good way to kind of program it.
They've been hanging out there already.
Be even better if they did, because WrestleMania 42 was supposed to be at the Superdome in New Orleans. Why not do it at a place that WWE said, psych, we said we were coming to New Orleans, but Las Vegas called and said,
right. New Orleans is a side piece.
Y'all some broke bees over here. You can't afford us.
My wife called. I'm sorry.
Hide your money, y'all. There's poor people around. WCW did that. Yeah. I mean, it reminds me, back in the day. So like counter programming is nothing new. In wrestling wars, like we have the Royal Rumble and the Survivor Series as a result of counter programming. Both of those both of those PLEs started as WWE counter programming Jim Crockett's NWA. And then as a retaliation, sorry guys, you're getting a history lesson against your will, chat. I apologize.
Oh, how dare you? Oh,
But
no.
the first ever Clash of the Champions was counter programming to WrestleMania 4, which was headlined by Sting and Flair, and they actually did a huge number on TBS, free TV, and definitely did some damage against WrestleMania 4. So they did that, and it was successful. So the next year they decided to do it again. I mean, Clash of the Champions was like a quarterly thing, anyways, but they were going to do it again for WrestleMania 5, which was at the Superdome in New Orleans, headlined by Steamboat and Flair. Except which hurts my heart because those are two of my favorite in-ring wrestlers of all time. They didn't do jack against WrestleMania that year. It blew up in their face. And at the end of the day, and this is not like an indictment, I'm not getting on a soapbox or anything, as long as your on-screen product gets people's attention, and if you're putting something on TV that people want to see, that's the thing. That's what you have to do first.
Yes.
And I think just being present may end up hurting you more than helping you. But it is something there, because I do think about all the other indie shows and like the WrestleCons and things like that. And those people aren't going over there. And let's face it, American wrestling fans probably shouldn't go to Saudi Arabia, because let's face it, we family. We family. Not all of us are very cultured. So some people don't know how to act in LA, let alone know how to act in Riyadh. So,
oh yeah, if I traveled out there for WrestleMania, I probably wouldn't come back.
That international incident written all over it. So, somebody throws a couple of DX crotch chops at security in Riyadh, they probably ain't coming back. So
let a woman go over there with the wrong outfit. Jesus Christ.
I mean, Scarlett did it. Did we not see Scarlett? Are we not addressing this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Scarlett
how she
did
got
it.
away, but I mean, maybe that was part of the problem. I don't know. I don't know how she got away with what she did, but at the end of the day, if I went over there, packed my Bible in my suitcase, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Like it's not even just that. It's, as a Christian, that's not somewhere a Christian woman, I'm screwed. You know what I mean? So like Americans who like have a record of like every year they travel to WrestleMania, that's probably going to be broken for a lot of them,
I really do think AEW should fill that hole. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, you think green shirt guy's going to be wearing one of those like little headpiece things? And
a green headpiece.
Yeah, a big
something, man. I'm gonna lose
a big green
I see
tunic
shirt guy over there.
Oh man, guys, look, we can stand here all day and continue this wrestling talk, but it is time to get the F's out of here. Let these people do what they need to do. So thank you all for joining us for this lovely preview and predictions for WrestlePalooza. We got some live streams coming up on this channel, but they got live streams too. So we're going to start with Mr. Mark Bar Wrestling. Tell us what's happening this week and where they can find you.
Well, I mean, it is Tuesday, so no more NXT for today. But I'm live every Tuesday night for NXT. If you watched Homecoming tonight, next week is can't miss. So please spend your time with me. We watch it together, and we have fun little current events talk, current wrestling events talk in the commercial breaks. So do that, and then also I plan on going live sometime this week. Just subscribe to my channel and hit that little bell, and you'll know when I go live. Playing 2K, I'm doing the Mixed Match Challenge on 2K this week, and we're also getting a new Attitude Era DLC pack tomorrow. So I am going to be playing with some D'Lo Brown.
Oh,
you're looking at the real deal now.
Yeah.
So,
will you be doing a review of WrestlePalooza upload live stream?
I will do. So I won't be live for WrestlePalooza, but yeah, I'll come on later and give my thoughts after the fact for sure.
Check it out. What are you doing, A and B, this week? Big week for you.
Big week for us. We are going to be live for Friday Night SmackDown. We're going to be live this weekend for WrestlePalooza. We might be doing a double we might be doing a double watch along with. All right, so I may be coming in doing AEW, and then she might jump in for WrestlePalooza. We will discuss it. Either way, keep it locked. We've got plenty more coming at you. We got plenty more left in the tank.
And ladies and gentlemen, you know how we do it over here. We do have a live stream for SmackDown this week, but we will have a live stream review of WrestlePalooza this weekend, where our current champ, Ronwell Nogales, will be defending his world title for the first time. Now, you got some big shoes to fill, sir. Three Diglets. Thank you so much for your service, sir. I know you're out there watching us. Ronwell, this will be your first defense. Hopefully, as we all say, when you come for the king, you best not miss. And yeah, just keep it locked here. Lots of events have been happening this week, especially. Some things have been going crazy in the world. So you just never know, ladies and gentlemen. Just keep it locked right here. So follow all of these people. Help these guys get to 100K. And then when they hit 100K, I'm going to unsubscribe so A doesn't cut his hair. And and get to this guy over here. I don't know. You got a goal this week, this year, Steven?
Yes, I do. I'm trying to get my memberships unlocked. So I'm about halfway on my viewing hours. So guys, I've been told I have a pretty soothing voice. So, if you just have chores to do around the house, just open up an old Mark by Wrestling playlist. Just keep it playing in the background. As Matt McConaughey said, I got those rookie numbers right now. We got to pump those numbers up, baby. So I can join the ranks of these lovely people, and maybe I can have my own Super Chat champion in the future.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yeah.
Ronwell, you can be 3 belts, Ronwell. My
Hey.
world title, their world title, his world title.
Mhm.
Think about it, my man. First time ever.
I know you'll be like Mercedes eventually. Just
Oh,
Titles everywhere.
you
everywhere.
had to go there, didn't you? 20 belts, Monet. You had to go there. Oh, my God.
20 belts except for the one that matters. Okay.
And on that note,
Whoop, whoop.
thank you all so much for joining us here in Alex's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. This is Just Alex, Marked by Wrestling, and NB Convos Wrestling Edition, signing out. Peace.
When you're